So tell me this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something. So
tell me something good.
So watch this.
Yeah.
I had a situation where I was talking to this young specimen.
Okay.
And it wasn't long after I had met the young specimen that her birthday was like I met her, and then when I met her, I think I was kicking it in this bar.
Okay.
And then while I was kicking it in the bar, you know, we exchanged numbers and all this jazz. And then one of her first things she told me, she was like, "Oh, you come here a lot? My birthday's next week."
She's already looking for the present.
So this lets just
got you all real.
Well, this is when you're gonna find out I ain't shit.
YouAin'tShit.com/velvet.
Yeah. You know what I did? So check it out. I was speaking to the young lady.
Okay.
And then, as I found out her birthday was approaching, I learned this technique called "I ain't calling you back."
Did you even tell her happy birthday, bro?
Yeah. I think I came in the bar that day, but I made it a point to like not get to know her that much. I was like, because if I keep getting to know her and
she gonna want that gift,
and we start calling each other every day, so I didn't speak to her very often.
Okay.
Then her birthday passed. We took it to the next level.
There you go. Boy, level it up on her.
So in other words, you control delete on her birthday. Then you rebooted her back in your system.
Yeah.
That boy hit that restart button right after her birthday. Look at her. Hit that restart button right after her birthday. God damn it.
I'm down with you, nigga.
This one I learned something. I wasn't worth the damn.
Oh wow.
I'm glad that changed.
Like, I like you and I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
Yeah. It surely was, and that's how I acted. So, somebody, they may not be in here, but they want their presence to be known.
Uh-oh.
Because they had a question for everybody.
I want to hear you.
Is this like a unanimous question person, or
We need this person.
do we need to know who this person is, or?
It's somebody you may have heard of named Monopoly.
Oh, Lord.
That's why she got the notebook right here on the thing. She had the notebook for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, the notebook ready for y'all.
I don't even want to know what's in the notebook.
Probably got 16 pages of letters in there, a bunch of questions.
So check this out. So she wanted to know this. We've been talking about thoughts.
Oh,
Yes.
It's been coming up a lot here.
Shout out to the Thots.
So
I can't wait no that.
So we want to know about the thought phase.
Okay.
And I'll tell you in more detail.
Please.
Does everybody have a thought phase? Or is it for certain people? This includes men.
No. I went through a thought phase. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
what put you
Yeah. Bro, y'all ain't never been through a thought phase?
I ain't gonna lie, hell, man.
But you goddamn, I'm gonna say I know I ain't the only one that been through a thought phase.
I know we all have.
And I got a story to tell on that.
Yeah, I want you to, because I want to know, before you get into the story, I want you to segue right into that story.
Yeah.
What caused you to become a thought? Did you get some freedom, or?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was the freedom. Like you done got out this we'll say extended relationship. I'm put no years on it, but we'll just say it's extended. You was doing your thing. You was being truthful and right, honest, whatever, the stuff that you're supposed to do.
You're feeling like LL and doing it well.
Yeah, so I was doing it well, and then, out of nowhere, we'll just say it just, abandoned ship.
Yeah.
Whatever, abandoned ship.
Yeah.
And once you abandon ship and you got that freedom to move around the country like Southwest, I'm just saying, you want to take as many flights as you can.
Exactly.
So, me and my boys, at the time, I was the only one taking. And then, this was in college, I was the only one taking, and then I became single. So that means all three of us are single. So now I can participate in the 1, 2, 3, 2 games.
The places you were in at, you became popular.
I can participate.
And did you find yourself looking through your contacts list and noticing that the options had changed?
Nah, I caught myself.
What made you say, "Boy, I must be a thought"?
Oh, and I'm about to get to that right now. So me and my boys used to have a sign-in sheet on the door in college, right? So this is saying if you came in at listen. So if you came in at the certain hour, we'll say like the club. If the club closed at 2, and you came in at the 2, you would sign your name on the door, the time that you came in, and like the reason why you was late type vibe.
Oh my god.
So then when
this a curfew or?
But it was funny. So
a naughty curfew.
What we would do is like if I was to leave the class in the morning, right, and I look at the sign-in sheet because it was right on the door, like you couldn't miss it, and I look at the door and I'm like, oh, so and so came in at 4 o'clock. But like we need to have a conversation. So exactly. it segued into like us just literally like conversation jokes and just brought us closer, really long story short. And then also, just to back off that, we bet on each other.
Yeah.
So we be like, yo, I bet you like some oatmeal cream pies that he ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna get it. And he be like, yo, I bet you will.
Yeah.
So we would have bets amongst each other in regards to the shorties that was coming through with each other. So he like, he gonna get it? I'm like, nah, he ain't.
Yeah.
Nah, she ain't gonna do it. He like, put oatmeal cream pie on me.
Like, hold on.
We in college, bro. We in college. We ain't got money or nothing like that. So we like, yo, put some snacks on it. You know what I'm saying?
So, I know you're ashamed of yourself now. Did you bet cookies on women?
Cookies, cakes, cream pies, you
was trying to
snacks.
Get the cakes. So you bet a cake.
We try to get cakes, so we bet zebra cakes.
So you bet cakes on them cakes. Put a cake on them cakes.
Hostess, you know what I'm saying? Swiss roll cakes, you know what I'm saying? Woo. Twinkies, you know what I'm saying?
I should have told my story first. I don't want to follow that.
It's just something that we did. Like it's something we still look back at, laugh at. Like we was definitely those motherfuckers, but nobody knew. Like nobody knew but us.
Yeah.
Nobody knew but us. So it was definitely a very interesting experience.
Wow.
One more.
Oh, go ahead.
One more. My homeboys did I guess the best way to put it is a competition of like get the girl you can get.
Yeah.
So if she was like, yo, I got me a big girl, and she was like Filipino, so like you scratch like foreign and like big girl off your list.
So it's like an achievement?
Yeah, it's like an achievement award, like an achievement list.
Yeah.
A skinny mini, a slim thick, or whatever the case may be. It was a list, and I wasn't included in this one, but they had a competition about it, and we did stuff to talk about stuff pretty much.
Just to have that topic.
Yeah, just to have a topic.
There's a point in life that you have to once again say, hold on, change is coming. In this case, I think he said, hold on, change was coming.
Told you, man, we went through some shit, and the funny thing about it is, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Hold your boy, tell him.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some good times. Shout out, you know who you are. Shout out. Side note, both of them guys I used to hang out with, they both married.
Their life changed.
Life changed. So
their whole life is.
I was married too, so all of that has changed.
Exactly. So, Scorpion, what put you in a thought phase?
Oh, wow.
And what made you realize that you was a thought?
Well, I can say, like the wise child said, coming out of an extended relationship.
There you go.
You have to sow your road over
Yeah.
Get wild, you know.
Yeah.
I think I did that back in 2016
What took you to this place?
when I moved to Texas.
And then, did you look at yourself and say, "What's going on with me?"
So you was in a new state.
Yeah, I was
And
in a new
you was in
state.
a new state, so you wanted some new state cakes.
Yes.
He was in a new
Oh,
state
okay,
of mind.
The new state cakes. I ain't gonna lie. I can understand that because even in a different city, I kind of wanna, you know, not be myself a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to be with yourself.
Right.
Back at home, everybody knew everybody.
Right.
And
That's
stuff
true.
like that. So
He wanted to meet some foreigners.
Yeah.
I wanted to try something new. You know,
And then
that's what I did. I tried something new.
There you go.
you found, what made you
I
say,
had a homie. He told me I'm putting too many miles on myself when I moved out here to Texas. I ain't gonna call the name out.
I just pushed the button. Look, man, I think it applied to everybody the same way. Like me, I was in a relationship quite some time.
Yeah.
Same thing, same story. There was no sign-in sheets. Give it up for sign-in sheets.
Definitely. Definitely give it up for signing sheets.
Man, I think my thing was that made me say, yeah, you're doing too much, though. I think because really how mean I got.
Okay.
Like I got to the point where, you know, when you're not a thought and you have more morals, you tend to be like, honey, what's wrong? Oh, honey, don't leave. Honey, let's talk it out. But then I start saying, we don't have to talk it out because your ass can walk it out.
Yeah, you gotta all skate, roll, bounce out the motherfucker.
So yeah, I started getting like kind of to the point. Like I had times where I knew that I was like, I have options. So if anybody was tripping, I'd be like, I'll be like, oh, you want to argue? I'll be like, you see my finger? And they'll say, what is it pointing at? The front door. Please depart.
You know what though? I would
Like I was a son of a bitch for a minute.
yeah. It's hard to keep up with and I'm just gonna say this, when you single and you trying to pick and choose from the flock that you got.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to try to keep it to a minimum, or juggle in a sense. It's hard to juggle. So I would recommend, in my experience, learn how to juggle what you can juggle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Depending on who, what, when, where, and why, and where you want to take that person and the vibes that you feel off that person. Learn how to juggle what you can juggle. If she really ain't that it, then don't give her the it signs.
Whoa.
She is it. So something I had to learn. I learned the hard way too, because I'm a flirt and everybody think I'm flirting with them.
So are you a thought now though?
I am a.
We know you're single, but are you a thought?
I wouldn't call myself a thought.
Thought pockets.
Call myself an entrepreneur.
Whoa. So how'd you get this business title?
You know what I'm saying?
You make business moves with it?
You make executive decisions. You figure out what you need to figure out. You gather all your intel. You figure out where you're gonna do with this intel that you have gathered, and then you make an executive decision on what is gonna happen.
You hit the wrong answer on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just say it.
I feel it's like I seen I seen this on Instagram about Cuffin season. You know, it's about the draft. They got the draft and all this stuff about Cuffin season and stuff like that. Free agencies and all this type of stuff.
So you drafted?
Me and my homeboys used to do it like that too. At the
Hold on, did y'all do a fantasy draft?
No, we used not a fantasy draft. It's just like if you had your list, right?
Yeah.
So you were like, hey, what does this person play a role in your life?
Yeah.
Now, is she in the G League? Is she gonna develop to become a part of the roster? Are you gonna give her a 10-day contract? That's where I got my 14 days from. That's where I got that from. Is she
You've hung around some intriguing people in your life.
Well, I mean, it all makes sense if you follow the game of basketball. It actually all makes sense. So it's like, is she gonna be a role player? Is she a role player? Do she just play a role? Is she a potential star player that you build your team around type vibe?
Scorpion King.
It's
You gotta listen, man.
Yeah.
I learn something.
I see you soaking it up too. I gotta make sure everybody's soaking this up.
You gotta learn something.
It's stuff that, and that's why I said like you are the GM.
Yeah.
You are the GM. That's why I said I'm an entrepreneur. You are the GM.
I mean,
you figure it out.
Some folks don't even make it through training camp.
Yep, exactly.
So, if you meet somebody and you're feeling them at this time of year, are you gonna go ahead and, now that you have lived out your thought ways, I hope that y'all have lived out your thought ways. Some people smirking and some people agreeing. Would you take it to the next level, or would you wait till January the 2nd and let all the holidays finish out so you can get a fresh start?
Go ahead, score. I feel like we both did that. Go ahead, score. Go ahead.
I mean, it don't depend on how both of y'all feel about it too.
Yeah.
You know? You can't say it depends on one person and the other. It depends on how both of y'all feel about it too. I'm saying if one person feeling the other person not, then I mean, you might have one person fall back.
But are you willing though?
During around the holiday season, you know, some people, and I know some people, you know, they get into cuffing season, and then right before the holidays, like a day or two, they bag out. You know, they don't want to spend no money on no gifts and stuff. Then, like you said, after New Year's, then they fall right back in their person's place. I haven't seen.
Man, that's trash.
I haven't seen that happen, but plenty of times before.
Look, I know I said I did that before. I wouldn't do this now. That mess.
I haven't seen it happen. I really have seen it happen.
That mess is trash. And the thing about it, I think it's obvious. I think if you do it, they be like, it's January the 2nd. You're like, so. I bet, you know what? I bet more relationships start on January the 2nd. That's probably the biggest day for anniversaries and stuff.
But I mean, you got, I don't seen it also, you know. I can say even past January the 2nd. You can go past Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, some people wait till February the 15th.
You can go past Valentine's Day. Some people get in relationships and all this stuff. And other people, you know, like we said, that's when they start scouting out for new team members and stuff. You know, it's gonna get hot.
So hold on, I just thought, so if you get with somebody,
right?
Like y'all just start talking. Rather, y'all ain't get together.
What part of the year is it?
Yeah,
it's close to Christmas.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like the week before Christmas. Y'all meet and y'all start talking. Do you supposed to get them a gift?
No.
I mean,
I don't know you like that.
Like,
if y'all just started talking, I mean,
I don't plan on it at all.
To me, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't get them nothing, or
no? I mean, you shouldn't give them no gift. Not just right then, because
just dedicate them a song on the radio.
I mean, what if you say, for instance, okay, you give them a gift, then after Christmas, things go south. Then all of a sudden
you want your refund?
Yeah, some people are like, okay, what about that gift I gave you for Christmas? You know what I'm saying? Can I have that back?
Right.
I mean, you got to think about stuff like that.
Worst come to worst, I would say if anything, maybe like a little dinner or something.
Yeah.
Take them to Chili's.
Yeah.
Tell them Merry Christmas.
No, go get them a 4 for $4. No, just playing.
I don't know, Bill talking about taking them to McDonald's and shit.
That's on their anniversary.
On the anniversary, you take
them to go get a Happy Meal or something.
Tomorrow is coming, double stay away. It's our anniversary. Our anniversary.
Hey.
The first thing I'll do is put mad sauce on you. It's anniversary. Is that how it goes?
No.
Oh. I
thought it was the first thing I'll do is go get you to those arches too. It's our anniversary.
Give it up for the mixtape on the way.
Mixtape on fly. You know what I mean?
Do it at piff.com. So man, dang, it was something else I was going to tell you about that. Okay, now, what makes you stop the thought? What makes, if you did, because y'all didn't tell me, did you stop the thought?
Yeah.
So you gave it up?
Yeah.
What made, did you take a look at yourself? Did you look in the mirror?
I actually did.
And you saw panties all on your floor?
Well, what I ended up realizing is that I was like, I'm doing too much. I need to focus on something different. You know, my
shit costs money too.
Yeah.
Like,
and my
not that you're giving the money out, but it's
Yeah.
just like the shit you be doing and going places and shit.
And then on top of that, it's like you putting your time in places to where you could actually put your time elsewhere.
Yeah.
To where maybe you can flourish and be more prosperous in regards to being an individual. You know?
Yeah.
So, if you focus on your roster in a sense, and you putting time here and trying to kick it here, and you know, you, like I said, juggling, and you're straight, you wearing yourself a little thin, you stretching yourself thin. It's tough. It's tough. It is tough to stretch yourself thin. So at the point, this is why I'm like, you got to be like, sometimes you got to be short, brief, figure out who catches interest, figure out who's gonna hit you back up. Because
but you know what though, sometimes you gotta focus on self too.
That's true.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem for real is like, we jump at, especially us dudes do it too. Women do it, but dudes be doing it too. We jump out of a relationship and we start trying to line it up for where it's going next. And the bad thing, you need to just be like, am I trying to get promoted on my job? What I want to do with life?
Right.
Or, and this is the truth. Even when I was single, like, if I would lose a job or something like that, that was the last thing on my mind is what a girl said.
What a cake said.
Yeah.
Because ain't no chick gonna want no broke dude.
Yeah.
Or even just a person that just don't have a job, period. You didn't even say you gotta be broke.
Yeah.
But even if you like, hey, you know, I got 100,000 but I ain't got no job, it's like, but you ain't got no job.
Exactly.
So how long that 100,000 gonna last?
I ain't moving around, my G. But I have something just came to me right now.
Uh-oh.
And I've been meaning to ask y'all this for a while.
You had an epiphany.
What that button is?
Yeah, I've been hiding this question for the past month.
Oh, hard.
And every time I get ready to ask y'all, we run out of time.
I'm nervous.
But we got, today I got time, cuz.
Oh, wow.
So tell me
I'm
this.
scared.
I don't want no motherfucking lies. And if y'all need me to open up to make y'all feel comfortable.
I think you need to go first.
I ain't got no issues. What's up?
But you might need tissues because that's exactly what I want to know.
All right.
Tell me about the first time you cried over a woman.
That was my ex-wife.
Now, did you look in the mirror and say, damn, am I a punk bitch?
Nah.
Because we all been there.
Nah, I didn't say that. It was just
Honesty, I like that.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing against me being a punk bitch. It was actually because she actually told me that in the time we wasn't married or anything like that at the time. We were still like boyfriend and girlfriend. But at the time she told me she loved another dude.
Did you lock the top lock first? Before you cried? Or you lit? Okay.
But it was actually like, I think it was a phone conversation, if anything.
Okay.
I think I was at work. And she had said that shit to me.
I hate that.
It fucked my whole work day up.
I hate when somebody argue with you at work or do something to make you know.
Yeah. So I would never forget that day.
Wow.
I would never forget that day.
Man, I feel you on that.
You were like, I love you, but I love him too. I was like, what?
Oh.
I was like, what?
Tomorrow will come. Exactly.
So we still ended up getting married and stuff later on down the line and stuff, but I never forget that day.
Jagged Edge came in to play with help y'all to secure that bag.
So, but yeah, that was something that I would never forget.
Are you good at hiding it around your boys, or was it evident?
No, I'm open with my peoples. So I was like, because I didn't know what to do. Like, I have never encountered that before.
Exactly.
So I was like, how do you tell somebody that you love them, but you also love somebody else.
Exactly.
I was like, how does that work? I was like, somebody please let me know. So I reached out to my closest friend to figure out like just to get an answer.
Man, it's good to have something to give you some real advice.
Oh yeah, and I keep nothing but real motherfuckers around me.
Man, you know what? I the time that happened to me, that it wasn't more per se like crying. Even though I held down it, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I don't tell no lie about it.
Right.
But I think what happened to me was like moping around.
Yeah.
Like it ain't work out with such and such, and then I kind of be laying. You know how when a dog just be laying on the floor,
Yeah.
all laid out with his tongue laying out, he won't get up. You try to open the door, you just slam the door into him, he won't get up.
Giving treats and he ain't even really going for the treats.
You be like, I can't sleep, baby. I can't live, baby. You know I can't live, baby. Without you in my life, don't wanna go home, baby. This is my song, baby. I don't wanna do nothing if I don't. Man, because like I think now that we older, we probably wouldn't trip on each other like that. Like, you know, if you told me something like that now, I'd be like, you good, my G? Hope everything good. When you be younger, I think I was like 20 something. I wasn't like no teenager or nothing, but I think I was like 20 something. And when it happened, you know what all guys say when you're hurting. And they say, oh, you be like, damn, hand me another napkin. I need something to cry on. They say, you punk bitch. We're finna go to the club and turn up. But it'd be that time, and it'd be the time that you really don't want to do that. You like, no, I'm okay for real.
I actually was good.
They're like, everybody's walking around spraying Polo cologne on.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
They looking at you laying on the couch with your Hello Kitty pajamas on.
Whoa.
And your bowl of ice cream.
Whoa.
Now, see, that's where you went entirely too far. I am not having no Hello Kitty pajamas, bro.
I mean, Hello Donkey.
No. No.
Gullah Gullah Island pajamas.
No, I'm sitting in some basketball shorts and a beater. You know what I'm saying? Chilling.
Whoa.
Watching like Brown Sugar or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Watching something random. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Some black
not
movie.
what you want to see either.
Just watching some random black movie or something. Or like,
you better stay away from.
He got game or something, you
Yeah,
know,
there you
because
go.
I like to hoop, you know what I'm saying? So I would watch some random stuff or I watch something like Friday or something, you know what I'm saying? Take my mind off of shit.
Hey, you know what? Tell me, is this true? When you be like that, like when you be worried about stuff like that, you don't want to see nothing like that. Like I don't want to see nothing about love.
Yeah, nah.
Because when you start looking on TV, everybody be
And then love and basketball come on.
They
be
be
like, what the fuck?
They be holding hands on the beach, and you be laying there
I don't want to see
singing.
none of that.
What's that? It's so hard to say goodbye.
I'm thinking Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Although we go. You know what? I don't even want to hear that song. Like, even though it's a good song, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear none of that.
I have to hear chicken heads when they're getting it.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta hear. I want to hear like Ludacris Fantasy or
Or
something.
you might
like
put on
that,
Zero. He might put on I Don't Want to Die Lonely.
Hey.
Now he might make you Zero make you do
They
it.
make you do some shit.
And you might play on Happy Alone, and
Yeah,
you
you
might
make do some shit.
you might start loading up something. Scorpion King.
I don't even listen to that.
What made you
I listen to Don't Call My Phone by Zero.
But you know what? This is true though. I just thought when women get mad at us, they play them Heartbreak Hotel.
They play them,
And they be
He-Man woman hater song, you know what I'm saying? Or man hater song.
they start playing. And all the time that I was loving you, you were busy loving yours.
Or one of my favorites. You a liar, a cheater, deceiver, heartbreaker, and I won't let you back in my life, so I'm taking. Yeah,
Oh, my favorite.
that right there.
My favorite. There it is. There it is.
Oh yeah. See, it's some songs that you're not allowed to listen to unless you try to get a message across.
I bust the windows out your car. That's
Because you know what? If your woman playing music You know, if she listen to Lil Yachty or something, you may not bother her. If she play Bust the Window to your car, you gonna open that door. You gonna say, "We good? We still together?
Right?
Is we still together?
You straight? You okay? You need to get something off your chest.
What's our relationship status?"
Right?
You like, I need details about this.
Right?
Like,
Is it complicated? Let me know.
Busted, Contagious.
Oh yeah, all that
stuff started coming on. Y'all really need to have a sit
you might
down.
want to have a sit down.
Yeah, we need to sit down, and when I leave out this room, I want to hear, "I'm happy."
Or some gospel or something like something. I need to hear something different.
I need to hear "Be Encouraged" by Kurt Franklin.
Something.
Shoot, because I live by that creed. That creed: don't go to bed with your woman mad.
Man, hey.
I don't want nothing special in my drink, and I don't want no scissors in my throat.
I would definitely say that in my marriage, that was something that was said to me, that she couldn't go to sleep angry.
It made you didn't go to sleep angry.
That means I had to stay up and talk about it, even though I didn't give a shit. I had to give a shit. I had to.
Oh my God.
I had to.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. Scorpio agree?
Mm-mm. I don't went to bed mad plenty of times.
No, but you don't be nervous.
No, her.
No,
nervous. She go to bed mad though.
Yeah, we both go to bed mad.
Hell nah. Oh
hell no.
no.
That's when I just do my silent treatment back.
But was you feeling like something was gonna happen to you?
No, she wasn't crazy.
I be thinking I'm gonna get hit with a skillet.
No, I didn't think that. But I knew it made her uneasy, and then what it'd do, it'll roll over.
And yeah, see, it'll come over to tomorrow.
Yep.
Cause if you go to sleep, you don't be thinking nothing about it. You be snoring.
Yeah.
You be Z's. You be counting sheep and everything else.
And she be ready to rumble.
And the next morning, the first thing you get is you don't care. You went straight to sleep.
Yep.
So.
I worked on that. I had to.
So my thing now that I know better.
Yeah.
When we go to bed, we gonna either go to bed good, or we gonna go to bed 70% good, to the point you're like, "Oh, LOL, you're crazy. I'm still mad though, but we all right."
Yeah.
I'm like, and ain't nobody gonna get hit with no skillets tonight. Then we
What's
go to bed.
Skillets, man?
Then we go to bed. Then when I wake up, I don't see no lump on my head. I say, "Okay, life is still good."
He been watching that movie Thin Line
right?
Between Love.
You been watching Lifetime, haven't you?
He been watching Thin Line Between Love.
Waiting to exhale or something.
To all the listeners, if y'all go back a few episodes, y'all will see.
He don't want to wake up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Bandaged from feet to head.
Exactly. So I just, I like to make sure. Plus, really, to be honest, it's in the Bible. I don't remember what it said, but I know a pastor had told me, never go to bed with hatred in your heart.
Yeah.
Like for real, like evil or anger. Or if I go to sleep, I don't care if it's even my homeboy. If I'm mad at Scorp, I ain't gonna go to bed like that to the point I'm like, I'm finna do something, and then I go to bed and I can't stop thinking about it, and then when you wake up, you on that same vibe. That shit carry over just like you said for us too.
Yeah.
So we gonna be like, yeah, I need to holler at you, and we like, you good, we good, everybody good, and then we good. Well, you just keep that stuff, you'll be mad and I ain't no grudge dude. But
me neither.
Yeah. I'm a kind of guy like, just tell me what's up. That's what's up. Cool. That's how you feel. Dap me up. I dap you up. I'll put something in your motherfucking cup. And you know what's in our cup today.
I wish it was purple stuff.
I don't think we need purple stuff. We had that. Shoot, if we ever do that on an episode, that's going to be a 12-minute episode. And our fans going to be very upset.
Oh, wow.
Because they're going to hear some snoring and all of that. And we is in Texas. So, for them to hear a sound like this.